Alright, so we're back with some more Astria Ascending. Last time we ended up finishing off the Libra Temple. Dagmar is dead, and we're seeing if we can get Zemar into becoming a demigod.
I should have seen it coming.
Yeah. Alright, tell us what you know, what we need to know.
Not even the Arbiters expected a demigod to die in battle. Your rings and zodiac powers are meant to prevent this. In such instances, a willing blood relative or spouse may take the demigod's place.
How convenient.
Zemar, do you accept your father Dagmar's ring and agree to become a demigod in his stead?
I do.
You understand that the zodiac ring is obtained in exchange for your life?
I do.
Very well. Zemar of the Arctans, you are hereby a demigod of the 333rd Company. Serve Harmony well. Your sacrifice is appreciated in these chaotic times, Zemar.
Please, it's the least I can do. Even this may not be enough to atone for my sins.
Becoming a demigod is not an act of contrition, Zemar. Fighting for harmony is an honor bestowed upon you.
My apologies, Ulan.
Right. Just cutting yourself down to like 3 years is yeah, for honor, yeah, okay.
Goddess Yuno, what can you tell us of Wilkite? Brazier mentioned the Lord of Chaos returning.
Wilkite?
Oh, well, that doesn't sound good.
The 13th Arbiter.
But there are only 12 temples.
The serpent-bearing Wilkite has no temple. He refused the role of Arbiter. Our world was once a place of constant war, where the disparate life forms who gave rise to great civilizations fought amongst themselves. Wilkite believed the gift of harmony could do nothing for a place like that.
Sounds like something the Fruitless would say.
Yes, Wilkite likely influenced them. The Arbiters are the only ones who know the world as it was before harmony.
Wait, he is alive, correct?
He was sealed away by the other 12 Arbiters and has likely been biding his time until now.
What do you mean?
Other people figured out by now, by
events
binding
have
anything doesn't
coincided,
ever seem to work.
which
Just
makes it
finish the
difficult
job.
to distinguish cause from effect. However, it remains clear that Wilkite's influence extends beyond the confines of his seal. He is being sealed by the power of harmony. 1,000 years ago, the Arbiters withdrew, leaving the temples and me behind. Since then, the noises have drastically increased. The more noises there are, the weaker harmony becomes. The fabric of harmony is being torn asunder. Demigods, the burdens placed on you and your families have grown. You bear untold sorrows in a system which...
Please, stop, Goddess Yuno.
No matter what happens, we'll do everything we can before our transcendence.
We would just like you to tell us we did good.
Where is Wilkite? Where has he been sealed?
Follow me.
You never even leave the temple. What do you mean, Fall? Dagmar is gone and his son Zemar takes his place among the demigods. Everything Dagmar learned, every skill previously acquired, and all his stats are carried over thanks to the power of the Zodiac Ring. Good. Because that would have been really annoying to have to rebuild all of that again. He basically, I don't know if I would say he would become useless, but it would certainly would have hurt his chances, that's for sure. And by completing the temple, we did get the last of the crest support jobs, in which case whoever doesn't have one now can grab one. Warrior, well, kind of glad that I picked Wushu over Warrior at this point. Assassin for the first one could have been good. And you could become a guardian. Yay! Yeah, I'm not really convinced that guardian is actually a good class, but it serves its purpose for what it does right now.
Wilkite lies sealed beneath this central tower.
What?
Please be careful, demigods.
Oh, we'll be fine. We fought worse. Oh, do we all have to do this now? I don't really understand why these sections are as long as what they are, but I mean, I guess that's fine. Maybe it's due to being the hand-drawn and whatnot, in which case, you know, maybe they need the more time to actually make it look better. In which case, you know, if that is the case, fair enough, right? I can appreciate the attempt. Oh, bruh. You what? I can appreciate the hand-drawn stuff, you know? Not to say that the computer is any worse by any means. There's just a little bit of extra, you know, a little bit of extra love and care when it comes to being hand-drawn.
Understood, Goddess Yuno.
Rip Alec. Immediately just... Oh, man. The poor guy. Oh, no. Are we going to do the flying minigame? Okay, good. We don't have to do the flying minigame. Let's go. Now, it looks like all the jobs are just sitting on there as a seal to the door, potentially. Am I supposed to know what's going on here? Or are we just supposed to guess at what's going on here? Why do you guys have access to so many Migmies? It seemed like they were always supposed to be positive. Outside of, like, that one Migmie, but it was also a thief, so... They're talking, but they're not actually talking, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, they were talking, but not actually saying anything, so you guys didn't miss anything from that. I had a feeling this was the case. Alright, well. Okay, interesting. Rip Seryn? Oddly, there's like no music playing in this area. I don't really understand it, but I mean, sure. Alright, that still managed to hit me. Rip. Oh, okay, well, we're just gonna face tank all of that, I guess. Thankfully, we got 3 out of the 4 upgrades that Fedora can actually get here, so we should be, at least comparison to what we originally were, relatively tanky. Seryn not exactly a pushover either here. I mean, if we didn't get the upgrades we did on Fedora, we already would have been dead, like, maybe even twice by now, so... We don't even have all the upgrades for them. We're close. We're really not missing that many treasure chests, though, which makes me think that the final upgrade for him is later. Although I don't know how much later it would be, considering we've done quite a majority of the temples, and the hunts, and the quest. It absolutely owns Seryn. Oh man, I should have put Zimar in the main party. Yeah, well, it's okay. We actually get to make use of our shaman. This part is just like oddly... I know, it's oddly done. You think there would be like some giant speeches and whatnot going on here, but does not appear to be the case. Snavi is also neutral. How about light damage on you? You nullify light for whatever reason. You did make us all weak to win, though. I hate that. I guess go ahead and use your Cosmic Break. Why not? I haven't touched our armor sets in forever. I should probably do that. You know, we're probably missing out on a bit of stats. We can figure out what you're weak to eventually here, and then we can apply it to everyone, which is generally what we're looking for. We found the weak so early compared to what we generally do. I was like, there's no way we'll find it this early, so I just immediately clicked past it. Should have known you were weak to wind, because all the flying enemies just are in this game for reasons that I still don't know. Ice is neutral, so it's not the greatest, but also we have yet to see the Cancer Astria. You know, we're just giving Seryn cancer. That did 1,300 damage. Wow, that was pathetic. Okay, well. We could go, I mean, they're just going to use Omni the entire time, right? I would imagine at the very least. So if we go Crystal Break, and then we infuse, then Alec and Echo can make use of it. You know, this one's going to hurt a bit. Especially while making us weak to it. As long as we're healing. Alright, so you're weak to Earth, so give me Omni Earth.
Like that! I'll take you all out.
And go with Assault. Hopefully you'll actually land all your hits, in which case we'll be doing much better. Did about 20k. Now I think we do... Nah, we don't want to attack here. We want Omni Shell first, then we can start attacking with our tank. Now, why would we attack with Shell Breakup, right? Like, what's the point? And the point is it builds up focus. You actually have HP? You do have HP. Can we just focus her down, or do we actually have to, like, take care of this guy? Well, we're still technically considered doing Earth damage right now, so... I remember the Gemini Astria being annoying. Oh, we just hit him for 23k, and he's also weak to Earth. Well, 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 if that's the case. Just keep inflicting Earth on everybody, and, well, they're gonna pay for it.
My turn now.
Do we go for the multi-hit? Do we go for the assault? That is the question. If we just assault him, does he not just die from this? Yeah, yep. Alright, we'll get 1 turn, 2 turns, somewhere around there. I guess we'll go ahead and keep the Crystal Break up. We still have Shell up. You're probably just gonna summon all the Astria, huh? Or maybe it'll be like every other turn sort of thing. You still have Earth applied to you? You do? Alright, we'll get wrecked. And keep applying Earth. It is nice being able to check further weaknesses, even using the random. The random is almost actually better because then we're able to check through all of the elements at once. Would Drain not just be better? No, no, no. Don't even touch the Drain. For once we're doing a fight without Drain. I know, inconceivable, but it's true. At least so far. Go ahead and throw Crystal Break back out there again, even though I think it just did last turn.
Let me help.
Aren't you also weak to Earth? Or am I lit? You're weak to light. And go ahead and do Earth yet again. You know, if we kill off the Astria in the meantime, that's all good. But if not, it is what it is. Although Assault is probably going to all go after him, but if it doesn't, then Seryn's going to be dead. Oh, you have a shield out now while the Astria's there? Annoying. I guess we can Omni-provoke him, not like it's going to matter too much. Omni Punishment, disgusting. But that's why we have Panaceas. Oh, you're gonna heal yourself while we take care of this dude. You're the worst. Actually, the worst. We still have earth applied to us. Is that a thing? Alright, well. You're muted. Alright, well, if you're muted, then let's go ahead and get these Omni Panaceas out here to clear all his debuffs and whatnot he's got on us.
I'll take you all on.
I don't think you actually have Earth applied to you anymore since we weren't able to apply it right there, so... Of course you missed. It doesn't matter, man. Like, whatever I try to do to make sure that they actually hit, they just don't. Alright, well, if she's attacking, that means she's not buffing herself or healing herself, and that is good enough for me. Good damage. We can just infuse ourselves with Blight, in which case we can kill him then. Although, I guess she said she was nullified. I don't think she absorbed it, but it did say she nullified it. How do you think assassination would work on you? It'd be hilarious if it did, but something tells me probably not the case. This should hurt a good battle. Because we had the light infusion, and then it does light damage. We still have shell break for the time up, in which case, let's go ahead and reapply it, because it's about to wear off here. This dude is taking surprisingly long to kill, at least compared to the Gemini guy. Like, the Gemini dude got absolutely shredded.
I'm so sorry.
Okay then.
I'm ready.
Well, gonna need you to heal everybody back to full health, and then
Here we go.
I'll take you all on.
I should have you attack, and then I should have her grab him back. Guess maybe we go Mind Break just to guarantee that it hits him. AK damage? I mean, it's not like it's bad damage by any means. I thought we were gonna, like, roll Seryn. And, like, we were pretty close until they gave her a shield to make sure that we couldn't. And now she's healing, like, infinitely. Disgusting. Not enough. Free not also weak to Earth. In which case we can just apply Earth here. Even if you're neutral to it, whatever hits spill over the Seryn after we kill you would be worthwhile. We did get back up there. In which case this is gonna hurt just a little bit. If he's weak to it, he's dead. Straight up. There we go.
I'll take you all on.
And now we can use Assault for the extra damage. Of course, you know, if he misses, then we may as well just be using Drain at that point. Not the thing I want to do, but they're gonna force me into it. Unless they really expect us to, like, run the entire gauntlet of all the summons. I wouldn't think they would do that, but, you know, stranger things have happened. I think Earth is still applied to you, in which case this shouldn't get nullified here. Beautiful. Reapply Earth. So faster this way, it might be slightly faster that way. Oh, it could be marking, but then he's not going to be applying the elements. There's something to be said there. There's an argument to be had there. And the assault went off. Alright, perfect. That should have been done much faster, but of course, of all the Astria to summon, apparently that was not the one we wanted to be summoned. Rip Seryn. Okay, immediately just shortest chapter ever. Alright, well, you know, another one. Am I supposed to be knowing what I'm looking at here?
heal! Hurry!
Come on, let's hear Goddess Yuno out.
Anything here through the ancient wastelands? Not that it's showing us, chest-wise at least. Item-wise, we can go ahead and just hit this, and just like that, everybody's basically full. SP-wise, do we really have anything useful? Not really. Alright then. Do I really want to fight things here? Not necessarily, but for the sake of the bestiary.
Let me help.
Fenrir absorbs physical attacks. Alright then. You are weak to light though. Well, take this. And then we can affect everybody with light, and these guys are in for a bad time. Of course, every hound just has to summon, stop it, get some help. I guess maybe this is where we actually want Omni Slashes for Alex, so he has one actual Omni skill, even though we have multi-hits, but he doesn't have ones that actually hit everyone. 3% chance to instantly kill. Why even make a skill at that point if it's gonna be that low? Like, you don't actually want them to die. Like, you may as well just throw it out there at a 3% chance. Like, come on now. Hit him with a wave. That was enough to at least clear some of them. And then we already do light damage, so if this just tops off the light damage, we might end up killing them all. The one in the front might live. Nope. Alright, beautiful. Of course, that was only one enemy. We see almost 90k XP for that. Boy, I guess they did summon like an infinite amount of people there. They're really trying to make sure that you fight these things, making these areas as closed off as they are.
Let me help.
Neutral, light, everybody absorbs light, okay. Light is so strange in this game. Usually it's just like a very neutral thing to use against people, but in this one it's either
Here we go.
it's super effective or it isn't. Well, we can figure out your weakness, immediately rolled into it. Oh, okay, weak to dark. Interesting. Well, I just happen to have a dark user here. His magic's not the greatest, to be fair, but when they're weak to it, it is helpful. And then we can crystal break, and they should be pretty much dead at that point, because we can just keep casting dark magic.
I'll take this.
Omni unfocus, rude. You don't have the thing applied to you yet, so that's not going to do much. Neutral, why not? It is still buffed by the 30% from the crystal break, so it is going to hurt. The rat's weak to that, good to know. Do I not have Omni Dark? Omni Dark? Is that the one that I didn't actually get just yet? That would be my luck. Alright, well done, absorb. Everybody's neutral. Oh, of course I rolled over one of the weaknesses. Of course. I rolled over it twice. I suck. Alright, well, here we go. Unfortunately, because of that unfocus hit, I can't just blow him up immediately right now because I can't get access to that extra double damage.
I'll take this.
It's all neutral, but we get to see him again.
Cancer, shine on me!
I'm kind of low-key surprised they stuck with like the small cancer form and didn't use like the real cancer form that we had to fight. Sure, I don't think it's gonna kill, but it's gonna hurt. By
me
that,
help.
I mean it's not gonna hurt at all because you have shell break on. I forgot about that. Well, you can use dark through this. Immediately rolled into it, and then I was like, "There's no way we're rolling this early. No, we would never." And well, now we gotta do this song and dance again, at least to get to the mutual. Something tells me this wasn't an intended effect for the indicator, but you know, it works.
My turn now.
Oh, so you can play the dark game. You're so dead.
It's finished.
Easy. I just don't want to fight more enemies, man, but they're not giving me any choice here. And then if I escape, if it just puts me on the side of them, in which case I'm gonna have to run back into them anyway, so then it's like, what's the point of even trying to escape at that point? Looks like everybody's still weak to this. Are you not another? You are another Fenrir. It's just based on the lighting right here. I've made it look like you're a different version. And this is why we like Fuse, because they do stuff like this, and all of a sudden they just double immediately. Do we have multi here, or we want assault? I mean, I guess assault's been doing slightly better damage. Not insanely better damage, but slightly better. We didn't crystal break, so this wave will actually hurt.
Let me help.
And actual light damage should be able to finish these guys off. These guys give it an insane amount of XP for being really weak. Or at least just very convenient that we have the weaknesses to them.
Let's do this.
Alright, so you guys are dark, and then you're like water or ice on the bottom, something like
I'm
that.
ready.
Yes, we
All
can obscure
yours.
for the time being, since your
Here we
light's not
go.
very useful here. Of course, the one thing that we don't have being Omni-Dark, I guess we can mark you so that way you take 25% extra damage. That's the worst. Made me weak to light and then hit me with light. Makes sense to me.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, that much damage?
My
Not
turn
that
now.
much damage. Now we're just starting to get ridiculous. I thought we had grabbed the dark increase, but maybe not. Do we want that, or do we just want the wave here? It's got so much HP. I guess we want the crystal break. Even though we can't give dark to people, which is annoying.
Let me help.
I mean, at this point, we may as well just switch you out here. At least Chris, I know for sure, has access to the dark. Although, you know, we could get Elysia in here, and then we can check out... We can check out some of our alchemist stuff. You kind of want to get rid of you guys already is the thing. Couldn't go for the tokens, in which case that would insta-kill them by turning them into a token. Well, you know, sometimes it works out. The token luck has been pretty hit or miss. We haven't used actual tokens forever.
I'll take you all on.
Just using it as a, you know, a free insta-kill at the moment, but it works, so. It is double damage, Dark. It's still gonna do good damage. Not as much as I would like, but still gonna do more. We have Crystal up, so there's no real point in attacking here. Our healer do kind of, or our alchemist there does kind of need some HP at this rate. That is like 0 HP. Well, you want to try and go for a second token? I mean, well, that was a steal.
I'm up.
Mig can summon any of these guys. %, HP, but then it's gonna take all my focus. Detect weakness, don't need that. Cosmo exchange, no. Arsenic, no. Still in, I do need to use that one at some point. Although I guess I have to use the crystals from... I have to use the crystals from my inventory, that's right. It's a weird way of doing it. I have 15 of these, so I may as well go ahead and use those. Say it only did like 2,500 damage or something. That's enough.
Oh. My turn now.
And keep using our threat. That was with him being marked too. We're supposed to do like 25% extra damage. Then again, apparently none of us are doing real damage here. Not really sure what that's about. Don't think that's an effective mode. You're unfocused, which is fine. Well, here's your last chance on this game for a token transformation.
What? I got it.
Guess we just keep spamming that one until they eventually end up dying here. I need that item potency for like real damage on them.
I'll take you all
I don't
on.
know how I feel about that, being forced into using certain skills in order to actually get stuff. Or at least do real damage. He took the stun hit, that's right. Everybody's still alive for now, at least. He's got no HP, so he's basically dead.
What? I'm up.
Omni Light, well that should be sure he did.
It's over.
Maybe I should take a quick look at our armor real quick. Because I feel like we should have had some better stuff come through, and we just haven't checked on it at all in a minute. I could put that on Cress or you. Interesting. That ruby armor, except it's only for the Dark Knight, it looks like. Weaponry, I think you're at the best that you can get for the moment. Diamond shield. +7, -7, not really worth much there. Just going neutral, just depends on what you want there. Mystic Cat works on Zemar, works on me, it also works on our Shaman there. We'll keep you tanky. As for the rogues, you're not getting anything better than that at the moment, fair enough. Weaponry, Shaman apparently gets a lot of weapons, but we have the best one we can get for the moment from the looks of it. Oh, there's a +16. Oh, that's from the hat. Okay, fair enough. Bronze robes gives us earth resistance, or earth nullification, ice resistance, although we do get dark weakness, unfortunately. That's not too bad, though. All of these are just straight up worse. Okay, fair enough. Bronze plate is slightly better. Nullify dark, get it, or nullify light, resistant dark, weakness earth. That's fine. Your stuff should be pretty well off. Yeah, the only thing better is that other one. Your ruby armor is insane, although I think we fought that from like one of the last hunts. I think it was like number maybe 17 in the game, so like pretty close to one of the last hunts, so it makes sense why it's as good as what it is, because it's one of the end game sort of stuff essentially. +4, +25, right, if you could wear the silver helmet, but we got that on somebody else. The helmet's slightly better, so you could be a little tankier. Everything else there is fine. Zemar, I might actually have to equip stuff to, unless it auto-equipped them with Dagmar stuff, which could be a thing that happened. We didn't check your armor. Oh man, we've had you in terrible armor for a bit here. Alright, fair enough. It just passed everything off from the looks of it. Makes sense. +7, -7, still pretty meh. +19, +3, but we already have all those being used. Our silver mantle is better. Alright, so slightly, a little bit of optimization there in our gear. Do we need mana? Well, if we go into a fight, which, yeah, I had a feeling that was going to be the case. How else can you really call on at this point? There really shouldn't be too many we haven't seen. Am I supposed to know what this is?
We won't lose!
I'm ready.
A chimera. You're weak to physical attacks. Just straight up weak to physical, huh? Resist light. How unfortunate for me. Well, I guess smack him while he's weak built the focus. Well, we can figure out what element you are weak to, if you're weak to anything, that is. Looking like you only resist or you resist all the elements, if I had to guess, based on that. In which case, if we mark you and then we do Gunner, even though you don't have much physical damage, although mark would be good. Omni-Mute, I mean, if we need to be using physical attacks anyways.
My turn now.
Of course, the one guy that actually has physical multi-hit attacks, you mute, naturally. Well, Gunner will be much better on Caden than it will our Shaman there, so we may as well take him out. Crystal Break should be just fine. Our healer is here for just that, just for healing at this rate. So you can get out of here because you're not going to be doing all that much. Caden, though, Caden should be doing something. Rest would be better than our healer. The buffs are Guardian gives is just too good. Erase is gonna remove some of my focus. Ah.
I'll take you all on.
Alright, there we go. Now I can actually hit this guy. And with the saw, while Mark is still up, so it's gonna do some good damage. Yeah, you know, just like 22k damage, nothing crazy. Looks like we want Omni Wall, I guess. He did do a physical attack. I want to see Gunner Caden. Like, this should do some insane damage. He's weak, he's marked.
Here we go.
Should have more or less a full focus hit.
My turn.
Yep, still enough for a full focus hit. Alright, this is gonna hurt. As soon as I can actually find where it is. Gunner, if we get the 10 hits here, I think he just insta dies. And you only got 3, of course. I tried to give you a spot in the spot in the team there, and then you immediately go and do that. That's a transformation, okay.
Let's see.
You're no longer weak to physical, interesting. What's our weak to then? I could force you to be physical, or weak to physical in theory.
Why?
Let me help.
He hit me, which activated Pickpocket. Interesting, although it didn't do nothing for me. Still absorbed light. Fair enough, I guess.
All yours.
We have 10 focus right now. If we can figure out his weakness, he's gonna get blown up. Okay, so now you're weak to dark. I don't really know your stats, is the thing. I think you're okay on most stuff. Well, that's a huge amount of dark. Well, let's see how well this goes. I guess I could have marked again. Did 8k? I mean, that's not the worst. Doubt you're weak to to ice, which appears to be the case. You're not really that fantastic on your magic here, but we do keep getting our focus refunded because we keep hitting them with the weakness.
Ready.
You don't really got nothing. Crystal break is about to run out. Crescent here could work over, I guess, Alec for the time being.
I'm ready.
Because we definitely got to keep the
All
heals up.
yours. Here we go.
My turn.
So now we can mark him, which will make him take 25% additional damage for 3 turns.
My turn
Which
now.
will make our dark spam slightly better. I mean, 10k is 10k. Deal a huge amount of neutral damage. Grant the ultimate shield that'll nullify the next attack on all allies. Sure. I'm pretty sure this didn't actually work the last time I used it, so, you know, maybe this time it'll actually work. Or maybe it was a multi-hit and negated the first hit and then just didn't on the others.
Why?
No, he still did damage to me. What is even the point? Unless it means a physical attack, baby?
All yours.
Ultimate shield, yeah, okay, that's a
Leave
good...
it to me.
Uh-huh, yeah, ultimate shield, yeah, you right. What?
Feel the fear.
Can't help but feel like I'm getting lied to. Hit him for
I'll take
12k?
you
I mean,
all
that's
on.
still not bad. That is, like, with all of our focus, though, which is not fantastic.
Ready.
Crystal break's about to run out right there, so go ahead and repop that so everybody keeps their stats. That's with a 30% increase in our stats, a 25% damage increase on his end, and yet still don't do all that much. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I guess you are more physical attackers, but still,
My turn.
you're still weak for the time being.
My turn now.
Look at that, a fight that we didn't even have to use Drain on. Assuming he's dead on this one, he could very easily just switch into something else here. He is a Chimera, so he might have like a third transformation. Guess you can't really do much about Omniforce when it's neutral. You want to help? Just keep healing people. There you go, there's your help. That almost healed for 5k, that's pretty impressive.
Feel the fear.
And dead. Alright, well, that's it. That's free.
We're moments away.
Did you hear that, everyone? Razor appears to be upset.
He's feeling the pressure.
I can see the door. It's over there.
You need to fly up that high to see the door that you walked through? I mean, sure, why not? 50 SP, some extra stats right at the end, why not? Our captain class is almost actually filled out here. This feels so dumb, but I'm gonna put it into accuracy. I hate the feeling of even just putting it in there, man, but it just, for whatever reason, I just apparently really need it. White Mage, not necessarily. Harnesser, not really necessarily anything you need there. Wushu, Benefactor would be nice as well. 40% chance to negate weak would not be bad either. 40% chance to heal somebody. I mean, the Wushu skills are actually relatively good. Of course, like all the other stuff, they're chance-based, so, you know, it's only as good as your luck, but the actual effects are not bad. Give me Omni Dark. Apparently that's something I've been waiting far too long on. +1? That's so bad. It's so bad. Alright, well, I don't know about this +1 nonsense. Warrior. We can't actually get the triple slash on you. 30% chance to land a critical hit when you spend at least 1 FP. That's actually pretty good. Counter is receiving a counter with a neutral and receiving physical. That's not bad, although generally we end up taking a lot more magic more than anything. Anything else we really want in Mushu? I think it was more so in the soldier we started to look into to get some more of these base stats out of the way. Yeah, your defense is nowhere where it needs to be. And just like that, suddenly you're a lot tankier. 50, 70, like all of these are actually slightly affordable for once. Unlike some of these other classes we've been in. Guardian-wise, what's this do for you? Resilience wouldn't be bad. Immunity wouldn't be bad. Guard, I'm not convinced on guard. The sports slot wouldn't be the worst. Although, do we still want stuff out of your Dark Knight? Not really. I mean, you got, what, some HP, Drain Hit, 2 Farewell? No, not really. Alright, so... Are we looking at the Warrior job? I mean, we didn't want double. Caregiver, not really. 50% the miss me with that. The sports slot, maybe? I mean, there's something to be said about the sports slot. There's also something to be said about, you know, just having straight up extra stats, too. Just a full line of extra stats. Like, you know, when they do that, it seems like they're trying to tell you something. For once, I actually put it into my offense for once. We can balance out our fencer a bit here, so that way, because a lot of their skills end up using both magical and physical, since they're a bit more of a hybrid class here. So this should help even it out a bit more. We were really 3 off from bumping our magic even more. Unfortunate. Chronomancy, is there anything else good in here? Foretelling, no. White mage stuff we're basically done with. Alchemist, unless we want that stuff up there. Your base stats are not fantastic, so definitely can make use of that. I think when your base stats are this bad, we just want you to have just more stats. Give me all the stats. It probably looks like I'm going too hard into defense, but everything just hurts in this game, so can't pick up too much here. Well, that's another 26. That's 16 and 18 right there. And you do need HP and MP at this point. You kind of just need everything. Not really sure why that is as much as it is, but alright. Monster bait, don't really care. 8 and 6, is that really worthwhile? Compared to some of your other classes we could maybe pull stats from? Because so far, not really. Increases item potency and then a support slot, that's not bad. Alright, that's everybody leveled up there. We should be able to hit this one before we go in there, in which case we won't actually fight them again just yet, or maybe we will. Seryn, are you back again?
It's no use. Curse those demigods.
Well, now he's gonna kill you. Yep, there it is.
I've come this far. I wanted to catch just one glimpse of Lord Wilkite.
Very well, comrade. Lord Wilkite, Lord of Chaos.
He who denies the curse of harmony.
With the blessing of your will and power, we have taken hold of the Astray.
Behold our offering to you.
Seryn.
I can't, Brazier. I leave the rest to you.
You've done well, Seryn. In my eyes, you are the one true Awisi.
And time to eat you. At the end, she still didn't even get what she wanted.
Will come. The final Astria. Now then, treacherous beasts, open the door to the crypt and release the power within.
Alright. Things starting to pick up a little bit here. It's not really too much else he can go here. We don't need to go back. We'll just use some of our actual items on hand here to take care of this. It's what, half price stuff? Probably don't need any more than that. Just run back over that for the autosave. Point of no return. Demigods, if you can continue past that point, you won't be able to return. Press forward at your peril. Okay, I guess that means aka make a save forehead and then make a new save so that way if we ever need to come back to this point of no return, then we can go ahead and do that. Door chaos. I mean, they say point of no return, yet we're still missing so many. I don't understand. We're missing so many Huns. We're missing. I mean, some of these side quests we could probably gotten out of the way here. Alright, well, if it truly is the end of the game, then maybe we'll just have another video just going through and knocking some of this other stuff out of the way. After all of that, I mean, is this really the team we want to go in with? I mean, the healer is pretty much a non-negotiable. I mean, I'd probably rather have Press over maybe Alec. I mean, over our tank for surely, but our tanks are tank. You know what? It's fine. Let's go. We'll just make sure that we have one save. That way, in case we need to do anything else, like it tries to restart the game on some new game plus.
Don't touch that door!
Ulan, what are the Migmies doing? You'd know, right?
The Migmies! Oh no! The Arbiters have their Astria, so the Migmies must be Wilkites!
As a follower of Lord Wilkite, I am a humble servant of the Migmi.
We have to close that door. The chaos within is seeping out.
Oh, no, you don't.
Alright, let's see what you got, losing. He's dual wielding now? Alright. Almost just instantly one-shot our guy. Don't get the assassination proc. Oh, of course you did. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, this is just off to a good start, hope you. Always a good time when the guy immediately just, you know, insta-kills one of your characters. That's real cool. You can switch until we know what he's weak to. If he's weak to anything at this point, he resists quite a bit. He was weak. Hey, there we go. Alright. Weak to light. Probably could have seen that one coming. That's actually very good for us because we actually have a good amount of light on hand. How much HP you got, though? Yeah, that's drain territory, especially when he's attacking 2 times per turn. Like, that's some drain worthy. And see if provoke actually works for once. Our shaman's just gonna have to hope for the best here. Oh yeah, that's doing nothing to us. Although I guess it debuffed all of us here. That's kind of annoying.
Here we go.
PGO, so we know he's weak to light, so let's go ahead and fuse everybody with light. Man, made everything so expensive to use.
My turn now.
And we want to go for assault here. And because it's doing light damage, even if he resisted, it'll still be fine.
Let's see.
We still do more with drain, but I'll try not to use drain, okay? I'll try not to. I can't promise nothing, but I'll try not to. Because if this really is like the final fight or whatever, you know, I don't want to necessarily cheese it. Don't get the assassination proc.
I'm
You're
so
the
sorry.
worst. Oh my, really? I never get the assassination proc as much as this guy does. Ridiculous.
I'll take you all on.
You don't have the light anymore, in which case we can still do a light hit. It's just not going to be as good. And beings all allies' next physical attacks with additional light damage. So it's kind of like the other one, but not quite the same. If we could get a mind break, then we could wipe him all of all his resistances and whatnot. I don't think I've ever had it actually apply, but you know, in theory it works, Copium. Source dude, just trust me. He's just gonna keep debuffing us endlessly, so there's no real point though wiping it off of us. If every turn he's just gonna reapply them. I don't know why that attacks one character, yet it applies everything to everybody else. It doesn't really make sense to me, but you know. Well, we can actually wipe it off right now, because some people have slow and whatnot. I'd rather not have them be slow. Although some of these are debuffs, and it's just gonna stack up. Which is unfortunate, but some of us will be fine. We can mark him this turn.
Hey!
And then we can go in on him
My
on the
turn
next
now.
couple of turns. I don't think we necessarily want to use all our focus here, but we can use some for sure. The 25% damage increase will help a little bit. Still did about 10k there, that's not bad. I don't know if we really need regen. Omni Wall probably seems better at this point. Since it seems like he's generally doing physical damage. You're not getting the assassination, son of
Let me help.
Oh boy, really? This is just
All
getting trolled?
yours.
Hey, you're just trolling the game.
You're a lifesaver.
Alright, he's marked, inflict everybody with light, so that way we can actually do some real damage here.
I'll take you all on.
This is our last turn of the crystal, so we're gonna have to reapply that next turn. Or next time we get with our tank here.
Ready.
Good damage, although we would have lost aggro there because our provoke would have gone away, presumably, since our tank went down. It probably would have cleared him of it, which would make sense. It's not enough to kill.
I'll take this.
Hey, I absorbed it, get wrecked, nerd. 20% chance for the absorption just actually came into play for once and actually ended up saving us there. I'm sure this dude is in the final fight, though. I mean, they mentioned that other guy far too much for that to be the case. Alright, well, I'm muted at the moment, so I can't really do... Man, the muted shaman really could not do much, huh? I should have bought way more panaceas. Or way more omni-panaceas.
My turn now.
Alec is also muted. Alright, I didn't realize everybody was muted. If that's the case, let me just throw out another omni-panacea. Some people were slowed as well, too. Gross. We just put out Crystal Break so we can grab Omni-Provoke again. Hope it actually does its job. Easy resistance. Don't insta-kill me, you nerd. Every time, man. You may as well just say that it's a, guaranteed insta-kill because this man, 25% chance. I don't believe you. I just don't.
I'll take you
Oh, we got the backup proc. This dude is so done for. Assuming we actually land our hits here. Oh yeah, absolutely owned. Absolutely. That dude was always free, like throughout this entire game.
The time has come. Immense power is at hand.
My box! What's happening?
better not do anything about it. You know.
What is this?
Lord Wilkite, I offer you a vessel.
Well, considering they had done everything to our families as of so far, it makes sense that he would take it, since everybody else had been already messed with, I guess is a way of putting it.
Goddess Juno's in danger!
Okay. Was that chapter 16? Well, that's a different look now, isn't it? Well, looks like we got some more platforming and some more noises to go with. The Ancient Sea. We got a good amount of SP, not really enough for much, but we might be able to sneak out a few extra stats here. Give me, I mean, nothing really seems to matter at this point. Strength never does anything. I mean, defenses are there, but if, you know, of course, if they cast insta-kill magic, does it really matter? Decrease strength by 30%, but increase magic by 30%. Had we picked a black mage originally, that would have made more sense. Plus 10. I guess we may as well just tank you up to the extreme, right? Do we still want something from you in here? Mantra? Mantra's alright. You're finished with Dark Knight. You're basically finished with Hunter. I mean, Shaman and Hunter seem generally interchangeable. This one's just gonna be more HP and whatnot, but we can always use more HP. Your mana is generally an okay place. But I think with, like, maybe one more upgrade, you'll be fine. May as well pick up the stats since they're relatively cheap. Could even put it into your strength, because you do have gunner skills and whatnot. I can see a use for that. I don't know if they're going to get to the point where it's going to be usable in time, but I can see a use for it. 102 SP, I don't think there's really anything else we want out of this. Dangerous, again, dangerous not bad, and then you get the support slot immediately under it to make use of it. Counter really only going to be helpful if they have multi-hits and consistently use multi-hits. Determination, I mean, that's not a bad support slot thing. Resilience, the resilience is worthwhile too. Speed available, Chronomancer you're basically done, White Mage you're basically done, Alchemist, not unless we actually want to use crystals and whatnot more. Stats, you do have like no HP, that is a thing. That's so overpriced for only +2s. Evasion literally I don't think has ever mattered. I think I could probably count on my hands the amount of times we've actually dodged meaningful hits. Luck, not necessarily. Accuracy, you don't require, or you don't use anything that requires accuracy, so I guess go for the YOLO evasion and hope it actually pays off at some point. Hayden, there's nothing really else for you here except for maybe HP. You already have a good amount of HP. Your MP, you're not using too much MP here. Hunter-wise, everything else is pretty much done. What was the point of these gray ones? They literally have been locked this entire game. Like, what? Why even have them in here then? Unless I just clearly missed something, but I mean, it wouldn't be the first time apparently in this game, but I would not like to think that's the case. Both my magics are at least slightly more usable for when that happens. Transfer current amount of MP to an ally, so I could literally just yeet all my MP over to somebody else. There's something to that, although I don't think at this point I would realistically need that. We didn't look at Zmar, of course. Zmar actually has a ton available to him. Picked up the Shaman, Sunny, nope, Unity, nope, Overcast, nope. Is there literally ever a point where we actually needed Omnicast? Like, were we ever just like, oh yeah, Omnicast, or Overcast, that's what I need. Omni Wind, at least it'll give us access to like a level 3 on everything. A support slot, that I don't know if we have any good support slots left, but sure. Make sure everybody's support slots are used. That way we don't just waste them. Not that it probably matters all too much with yours. Unity, increase crit chance when you're full HP. Magic counter could be something. Protection, auto regen. Protection, just the straight up resistant attack is pretty good. Alec, yours is fine. Rest, we got access to another one of yours. Magic counter's a thing. Protection's a thing. Determination's a thing. Resilience is a thing. Resilience only matters if you can live through things, though. You do have 3,000 HP. Although reducing all damage by 10%, I mean, that's consistent always, too, is the thing. Like, it doesn't require a condition in order to be fulfilled. And you can get your last support slot. Probably the only one that's actually going to make it to that. Don't we have another one for item stuff? In which case, transmutation 30, and then we give you item potency, in which case all of your alchemist stuff will be increased by like 50%. Now that might actually make it usable. Support slots wise for you, mute shield never bad, just so I don't have to deal with mute. Increase physical damage when HP is under 20%. Alright, well, you know, mute shield it is. It did say this was like the area no return, which means that we're kind of stuck in here at the moment. Probably should have bought items and stuff before we came in here, but you know, we're here now. Harmony Tap. There's so many places in this area. There's so many places. Okay then, well. Maybe we'll just call, I'm thinking we just call the episode here, and the reasoning being is I don't know how long the next one's gonna be. So the idea is that way we can, in theory, fit it all into one video. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, appreciate you guys for watching, and we might see the end of the game in the next one. So look forward to that. See ya.